So in today's video of Ask Garret Anything, I'll be talking about one of my coaching candidates. So he's actually one of my ex-boss, and he's actually called me back about a few days back, and we actually spoke for about 3 hours. So this time around he called me and he's in very, very low vibrations, so I felt the need to actually speak to him longer. And because many times some of our sessions were about an hour or 2 hours, but his vibration would be in the normal or sometimes lower, but I'm always managed to actually pull it up high. So I'm pretty fortunate. So this time around I think it's worth sharing to everyone, is because what he actually brought up this time around was a little bit which is, I think, is a little bit like applicable, and a lot of us are facing these days because of the troubled times out there with COVID and all. Yeah. So it makes a lot of people question what's their life purpose on this planet. Okay. So before I head into this topic, I'm Odesh. My name is Garret. My mission as a life coach is to help people realize their infinite potential by tapping into spirituality, law of attraction, and feng shui. So I'm blessed to be trained under a Himalayan yogi, and whereby I've been taught law of attraction, spirituality, and yoga. So I'm one of the blessed one to actually be spiritually awakened last year, and right now a lot of these gifts has a lot of spiritual gifts, like psychic abilities, like clairvoyance, clairsentience, and all. So I'm also doing a lot of tarot card readings right now, as well as I'm doing energy healing, whereby I does a little bit of pranic healing and Reiki healing. So things like that has also been slowly coming into play. So it's quite interesting to see how things go. So oh yeah, I'm also sharing that I'll be doing some live tarot card readings in my Facebook page as well. I'm also considering doing some YouTube live for tarot card readings. So do stay tuned for it, yeah? Because I'll probably be posting it in my Facebook page soon, yeah? Yeah, so topic of the day, what's my life purpose? So this time around he actually called me up and he's mentioned about that he's actually lost his life purpose. He's actually doing architecture, and he's always been a passionate one, because back then when I was working with him in the architectural firm, right, he could always stay up till late, and he's always passionate about drawing stuff, all the design of fantastic buildings and all. So this time around he called me up, and ever since he split from the company, right, with his shareholding agreement, he pretty much went down the road, you see, because his wife tried to have a divorce with him, and he's going through a tough time over marital issues, and he's going through a little bit of depression here and there, plus all the business decisions ever since he tried to split from the company. So it's a lot of problems that he's been going through. So I remember doing some feng shui readings for him with a hardcore paper reading and all. So I actually told him about his directions to look for in this coming year, which is this year and for the next 2 years. And yeah, I think it was quite promising actually. So he actually called me up trying to say that he wants to revisit, because it's been several months since he's done his predictions, right? So I was like, why are you trying to call me up and ask about these predictions again? Because the thing is, feng shui is, if you do it already, then you probably would remember, and you would try to remind yourself on and off, right? But I think he's probably got too many things going on, and he's probably chucked the paper somewhere else, so he can't recap. And yeah, so I had questioned further, so I wanted to know more what's he going through, because he do call me like every 1 or 2 weeks or sometimes like that. So I could understand from his situation that based on his symptoms, right, he's actually went on a holiday out with his now ex-wife, so together with his kids. So I think it's quite interesting because when he came back from that trip, right, he started to question what is my life purpose, and it seems like he's no longer enjoying the architectural work that is coming because he started out his own firm right now, and it seems like all the jobs that's coming to him is quite tedious and is very low income earning. So based on the stuff that he's been telling me, he's saying that he's lost interest, and he's saying that he's questioning things, like he's asking his dad as well, what's his life purpose and all, and his dad is also telling him that there's no purpose in life. So I was actually laughing at him. I was telling him that I congratulate him because from the stuff that he was sharing with me, like he's saying that he's no longer interested with the corporate events, the corporate world, the commercial world. He's no longer interested in trying to work so hard for just basically to achieve a portfolio that's impressive. He's no longer finding the fire in architectural work. So I was like, it's interesting because that sounds like a symptom of spiritual awakening. And besides, he's really on the path of spiritual awakening because he's been speaking with me a lot. So there's a lot of conversations that he is really showing signs that he's really in the process of spiritual awakening. Plus he's also seeing all the synchronicity. So I think that he's on the process, you see, and with the divorce going on, with separation as one of the symptoms of heading into spiritual awakening and all the signs, plus he's moved out from his house, all these changes, all massive change in his life, you see, and he's able to manifest all the things that he wants in his new house, you see. So it's interesting to see things manifest at such a quick speed for him. So I could see that he's actually growing into the spiritual path very, very deep. So every time he's spoken to me on the phone, I always load him with a lot of information on all spirituality and everything. So I think I probably end the speed and actually sped up all this process of growth for him. So funny thing is he actually said that he is no longer interested. So then he's actually asked me how do I know what's my life purpose? Can you help me find it? So I was like, okay, it's a good one. So I told him straight away, in life, everyone is subjected to these 6 basic human needs that is covered in psychology. So the 6 basic human needs are certainty, significance, variety, so love and connection, growth and contribution. So basically these 6 basic human needs, right, are basically covered throughout your entire life, you see. So it could be different phases of your life whereby you're gonna encounter each one of these basic human needs that is a little bit stronger. And basically when you go through these different stages, so perhaps maybe in job A, perhaps maybe you've just started. So when you're starting off in the first company, you're probably looking for growth, you see. And perhaps you've worked in the company for 5 years or 10 years. So from growth, perhaps maybe you're looking a little bit more like significance or variety, you see. So or perhaps maybe you're looking a little bit more towards contribution, because you find that for different people, sometimes they felt the need to contribute more to society, so they feel like they've worked enough in the corporate world, so it's time for them to sort of switch an environment, you see. So throughout different stages of your life, it's gonna shift, you see. So a lot of people, the reason why they switch companies after 1 to 2 years or even longer, is because they are lacking in certain aspects, and the company is no longer fulfilling either of one of these 6 basic human needs. That's why it makes people question and wonder. So I was telling him that this thing is just basic physical, okay? Basically physical, I would say physical because it's more towards related to the mind, to the brain. So it's psychological. So I was telling him that, look, you could basically revisit this on the physical norms first, okay? Then I delve a little bit deeper into the spiritual norms, okay? So in the spiritual norms, I tell him to do basic, like I always tell him, because a lot of people tend not to listen to instructions. When I tell them to do some meditations and do inner work, inner practices and all, he does it for a while, then after that he stopped doing it. So that's the inconsistency is not there. So it makes self-discovery a lot harder in that sense. So I was telling him that it is important to do a lot of self-discovery, and sometimes the type of conversations that I have with him is a lot more towards, I try to lead him out to say the full picture, and I'll try to lead him into argue his own point, to make him argue his own point, you see. I would not point it out to him, rather I'll make him answer his own questions. So that's how I usually deal with him, you see. So I questioned him in that sense. I was saying that, look, since you're saying that you lost motivation, you lost passion in architecture, I asked him straight away, look, if let's say you've manifested a job that is supposed to come, okay? I was telling him that it's supposed, say it's a budget sum of 1 million, okay? And you get to work with anyone you want. Choose any designers or any architectural technicians that you want to work with, okay? And say this project is supposed to build a similar status such as Sydney Opera House, something that is considered the wonders of one of the world, okay? So an iconic building in essentially. So I asked him this question: would you still be passionate to continue working for this current job? If let's say you successfully manifest this opportunity into your life right now. Straight away, he without thinking, he answered, yes, definitely, why not? I want something like this. So I was like, there you go, you've already answered your question. You still got passion for architecture, you see. So it's just a matter of, on the physical norm, it's just a matter of asking yourself, in your current 6 basic human needs, what is your current business venture lacking in? Then you can work towards that, you see. Because from there, at least you can pinpoint which aspects of it are you trying to find out more, you see. So for me, it's pretty much straightforward for me. On the physical level, I'm looking towards contribution right now. Hence, that's the reason why I'm actually doing a lot of videos right now. I'm sharing all my knowledge and I'm bringing more light to the world. And as I've actually mentioned before, I'm also one of the light workers, and light workers are meant to actually do full-time light working and not just doing it as a part-time job. But I'm transitioning, you see, so it's gonna get exciting down the road. You're gonna see me transit into different kind of spiritual works and a lot of sharing of these messages. Hence why I'm reaching out to a lot of people out there, you see. So for him, that's why I said that it's easy to actually work towards how the 6 basic human needs actually affect him as on the physical level. Then I actually told him that it's important to actually try to find out on the spiritual level. Why? Because he told me that he's actually lost the purpose, he's lost the fire. So I was telling him, right now, this opportunity I told him that it's actually 1 million. So it's all external factors that is actually affecting him to want to fire it up again, you see. So it means that whatever right now he's lacking in, you see, is all external factors. So it means that when someone on the spiritual level, I think I've mentioned before in my previous videos that you probably need to come into acceptance and you need to be able to surrender, right? So first you need to come acceptance, then you will be able to surrender. So acceptance of what? So I'm telling him, you need to be acceptance, you need to come into acceptance that we human beings can choose not to be subjected to our external factors, you see. So because the reason why, if you are subjected to external factors, that means anyone or any situations could actually affect you. So it makes you very unhappy, makes you very volatile to stress and a lot of problems, you see. And reason why I say that is because it makes people manipulate you easily, and it makes they can anger you or they can stress you up easily, you see. So that's why I'm saying that first need to come into acceptance that you are able to not let all these external factors affect you, you see. So that's being the point number one. Then second point is surrendering, because he was actually telling me that he started his own company, and it's for the X amount of months, probably 6 to 7 months, he hasn't been earning enough income. He's only earned enough to get by. However, I think he's probably working a lot of effort more just to get by, you see. So I was telling him that right now I'm currently back to full-time work, but not saying that I haven't been working on my dreams, but for this temporary process of transitioning, I need some income to actually help pull through into my next venture, into what's like working full-time, you see. So I'm just gonna share my plans in the future, okay? So I told him that he actually questioned me, actually, when he actually questioned, isn't that a little bit contradicting, because I was saying that I need to surrender, but yet I'm go back to full-time. I told him, yes, surrendering doesn't mean that you can't work full-time. Certain people surrender and they choose to work with the company, you see, because they realize that earning for a company, their salary is a lot more higher than they are earning from a business venture. Because truth be told, in the reality out there, how many people can truly take off a business venture and yet be earning heaps and heaps of money? Not many, right? So certain professions like architectural engineers or doctors, lawyers, all these people earn a lot, you see, or dentists, they earn a lot even just by basic salary, you see. They don't necessarily need to actually start off a venture. People here in Australia, they easily can earn 180 to 200,000 a year. So things like this sort of income don't necessarily require you to actually start off a business venture, you see. So I actually told him that it is not something called surrender. So I actually made him rethink his choices of whether or not he told me he's actually no longer enjoying the whole process of starting off his business venture, and he's actually too much work, too much effort, and it's not earning him enough, you see. Plus he's actually just moved out from his home, whereby he's actually left it to his ex-wife. So I was telling him that it is actually important to sort of evaluate what his life choices is, because I told him you probably need to surrender your ego first, you see. If you think that there's a need, he said that he's got no problems to actually work for another company, you see, as a staff, you see. So I told him, yeah, then do it. Don't just say it, just do it, because you need to surrender, you see. Once you surrender, when I talk about surrender, it's surrender fully, you see. It's not just by talking. So I told him, and once you're able to figure out what kind of, say, 6 basic human needs, which one is actually more vital at this stage, then look for your values that aligns with a company that you would like to work with, even if it's just temporary, you see. If not, you probably wouldn't stay long in that company either anyway. So I told him it's important to know where you are standing and where you're lacking in, you see. Then you're able to find something that a company or a place or a venture that could actually complement with what you're lacking in, you see. So with that, I'm actually just sharing that most people right now, they are lost because of COVID, and a lot of us lost work. So it is important to first know what's the outcome that you want and what are the stuff that is on the physical norms first, okay? Then of course, if you're able to go and delve deeper into what's inner work and self-discovery, doing meditations, then you'll start to figure out what's your life purpose on earth. Not just your life purpose, not just your passion, not just on the generic level whereby people talk about, oh, I lost my drive for work. It's about the higher purpose. What is your higher self trying to tell you? You see, the gut feeling which I mentioned in my previous video yesterday or the day before. You see, the higher self trying to talk to you, the gut feeling that is trying to tell you, oh, even though it sounds like it's something not logical, but it's a strong pull, a strong sense that's trying to pull you into this thing that you're supposed to venture in, you see. So once you're able to do a lot of self-discovery and you do a lot of inner work, there's a lot of things that you just can't understand, you just can't explain it, but you still felt the pull to actually do it, you see. So take for instance, give you an example. So in life, when we choose a loved one, okay, our partner, okay, take for instance, do you just write down all the specifics that you want in a partner and suddenly boom, you find somebody there, then you're just gonna get married with her or him or her? No, you probably wouldn't, right? It goes with the feel. You're choosing something based on feelings, you see. So it's just the intuition whether or not this person is right for you or not. Sometimes it doesn't even seem logical, you see. So if you're gonna base everything just by logical mind, and when I say logical, is unlogical logical thinking, you see, because it's already programmed through your lifetime, you see, and it's programmed through the people around you, the education that you have, your upbringing and everything. So all these people aren't conscious at that point when they educate you, you see. So same thing, if you're just gonna stick with this programming and you're just gonna keep doing it, then you're just gonna be stuck in the same cycle all over again. So with that, I just like to bring into your awareness that to be able to answer this question is actually quite easy. Once you're able to find out your 6 basic human needs, that's the first point, then go into the spiritual part. Actually, the spiritual part could basically solve the first part already. You don't even need to go, because if you're able to go deeper into the spiritual, like I always say, the only way out is the only way in. So big changes on the inside, big outcomes on the outside. Same thing, big outcomes on the outside, big reactions on the inside. So everything in and out is all interconnected. Okay, so with that, let me end my video off. So if you've learned anything in this video, share your learnings in the comment sections, hit like and subscribe, and be sure to check out rest of my videos, and also link me up on Facebook and Instagram. So whoever is interested to ask questions, please feel free to DM me in any of these channels, or you could drop a question in the email that I've actually left in the description box. Then I'll answer it the next Wednesday. So yeah, do keep a lookout when I actually post the schedules of the live tarot card readings. It's gonna be interesting, okay? So with that, Namo Desh, my name is Garret. I see you in my next video.